Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sherene and I'm so grateful that you're here. So my original plan for this week's video was to be a self-care as a mental health counselor, but I realized the date and I really wanted to get out my July 2022 TBR list before July started. So for the past 2 years, I haven't read a book that wasn't related to school. So it has been a while. So to start off my reading, I'll be doing 2 books this month. One of them I have read before, so it's a reread, and then the other one has been on my list for years, and I kind of just wanted to get it off my list. So let's start with the reread. So this book is called The Body Keeps the Score: Brain, Mind, and Body in the Healing of Trauma. This is by Bessel van der Kolk. So this book was one of the books that I had to read for one of my courses. And I know I'm going back to a book that is related to school, but while reading this, I found it very interesting and I feel like I can learn a lot from this. And the reason why I am rereading this particular one is because during school I am high anxiety, high stress, and I feel like I didn't process this book to its complete potential. So I want to give it a second try and hopefully I will pull some new information from this book reading it a second time. So yeah, let's read the book blurb. So it reads, trauma is a fact of life. Veterans and their families deal with the painful aftermath of combat. 1 in 5 Americans have been molested. 1 in 4 grew up with alcoholics. 1 in 3 couples have engaged in physical violence. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, one of the world's foremost expert on trauma, has spent over 3 decades working with survivors. In The Body Keeps the Score, he uses recent scientific evidence to show how trauma literally reshapes both body and brain, compromising sufferers' capacities for pleasure, engagement, self-control, and trust. He explores innovative treatments from neurofeedback and meditation to sports, drama, and yoga that offers new paths to recovery by activating the brain's natural neuroplasticity. Based on Dr. van der Kolk's own research and that of other leading specialists, The Body Keeps the Score exposes the tremendous power of our relationships both to hurt and to heal, and offers new hope for reclaiming lives. Whew. This is something that I am definitely interested. I work with clients right now who have dealt or are dealing with significant trauma, and I would love to learn more and more about this field. This is something that I see in my future of helping people, so I want to know as much as I can, and I feel like this book will give me more insight on that. I don't believe that this book is made for people in the field like I'm in the field of psychology. I feel like this is good for everyone because trauma does not exclude. Anyone can experience trauma. So being in the know and how to identify trauma and how to deal with it is beneficial for everyone. This book was released in 2015, so that was about 7 years ago. I'm sure there's been more research now within the 7 years that is not in this book, but I think this is a great start to trauma research and learning more about trauma. So for my second book, which has been on my list for years and I want to get rid of it, it is called Black Fatigue: How Racism Erodes the Mind, Body, and Spirit. This is by Mary Frances Winters. So this is how the book looks, and I actually love how this book looks. I love the colors. It pops, and I love like line art like this, so it's very appealing. I started reading this book maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, but with getting into my master's program and starting school, I just got overwhelmed with other things like work and school that I put this down, and I haven't got a chance to pick it up until now. So yeah, let's read this book blurb. So it says, what you need to know about Black fatigue. Racism is killing Black people, but it's not just the atrocities that break into the mainstream news cycle. It's also what award-winning diversity, equity, and inclusion expert Mary Frances Winters calls Black fatigue, the crushing physical and emotional toll of dealing with a constant stream of racism, acts, and attitudes, from the clueless to the cruel to the criminal. Winters go deeply into the root of Black fatigue, describing the enduring negative impact of systematic racism on health, economic, workplace, educational, and other social outcomes for Black people. And she offers strategies Black people can use to protect themselves against Black fatigue, and discusses how non-Black people can begin to actively dismantle the racism systems that cause it. Whew, ciao. I feel like this is going to get deep, and I love that. So this book also was released in 2020, so it's fairly new, and I am super excited to read Black Fatigue. So yeah, those are my 2 books that I'm starting in July 2022. That's my TBR list. I'm still deciding if I am going to do a book review on every single book I read, every single TBR book I have, or is it just going to be the ones that I find interesting and I want to make a video on. I'm still deciding on that. Either way, I'll be doing a book review on my Goodreads accounts, which is on the screen right here or in the description down below. Thank you again for watching my video. I hope to see you soon. If you got in this far, please put a white heart down in the comment section below. Until then, I'll see you soon.